Hello everyone, thanks for joining us for another edition of Texas Insider TV, brought to you by Speedstream. I'm Jim Cardle, a former Marine, former state senator from the Houston area from 1993 to 1999, and now land commissioner for the Texas General Land Office. We're pleased to be able to visit today with Commissioner Jerry Patterson. Jerry, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate the opportunity, Jim.
You are a grassroots Texan, served numerous offices, famous for your handgun license bill of a couple sessions ago, but now serve as the Texas Land Commissioner, which is the oldest, as I understand, office in the state of Texas, including the office of governor. Give our listeners a thumbnail sketch.
You're absolutely correct. The land office has been around since 1837. There's been a land commissioner since 1837. So we've had a land commissioner longer than we've had a governor, because we didn't have a governor until we became a state in 1846. So it's the oldest continuously existing state agency and the oldest statewide elected official. Not me personally, but we've had a commissioner for a very long time.
I should mention you've also had an acting career when the Alamo movie came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you can call it an acting career. I had a line in the Alamo movie which I had memorized and practiced and, got down to delivery, which I thought was impactful, and they cut it. And the movie flopped, and that's a cause and effect, if anything. The line was "hang him," in reference to Santa Ana when we captured him at San Jacinto.
Very good. They'll learn the lesson, hopefully, on that. But let's talk, if we could, and appreciate you coming by. There's been in the news lately, I know we've covered it on Texas Insider, the effort you've got to return the original William B. Travis letter,
yes,
famous from the Alamo.
Right.
There was some pushback from the Library and Archives Commission,
right,
and you've now been successful. Folks will want to know about it and go see it. Tell us about this effort.
Well, in February of 1836, February the 23rd, I believe it was, maybe the 24th, a hastily penned letter by William Barrett Travis, the iconic letter, that is the Travis Alamo letter, was given to a writer named Albert Martin, who spirited under cover of darkness, through the Mexican lines on to Gonzales and San Felipe, the Travis letter.
Okay.
That was 1836. It has never returned to the Alamo, and it's been in the State Library and Archives, where they are wonderful custodians of the document. We've been working with them for a couple of months to set up a return to the Alamo, and that will occur during the 13 days of glory at the Siege of Alamo, as the old Brothers 4 movie went, this February. And we've been working, and the folks at the Archives Commission are wonderful custodians, and they had many reservations about a letter that is in very fragile condition. But we've put together a security plan. We've ordered a special display case from Germany for about $20,000. Has a certain maintains humidity, temperature, light sensitivity, UV resistance, all of that.
And I should mention, you're now responsible for raising the funding to help facilitate this.
That's correct. We have a $100,000 budget to fund this, and we're looking for sponsors who would like to participate. We'll have some branding opportunities, if you will. But the real purpose of this, Texas grows by about 1,000 people net population growth a day. Many of those folks aren't from here. They didn't have 7th grade Texas history, and they need to know about this iconic letter. They need to know more about the Alamo than what is commonly known. Yeah, it was a last stand somewhere in central Texas, and there are a lot of Texas children that will, for the first time and maybe the only time in their lives, have an opportunity to see this iconic, historic, emotionally gripping document. And we were working with, and we will be partnered with, the Texas State Library and Archives Commission in doing this.
So February, approximate dates in February 2013 at the Alamo.
Right.
Mention real quick if you can, then I want to get on to some policy issues, oil and gas perhaps, but how did the state of Texas come to acquire even this letter?
Well, as I mentioned, it left the Alamo under cover of darkness, and then it ended up back in Alabama, where Travis's family, where Travis was from, William B. Travis.
Okay.
And I think it was his nephew. The family came on hard times. Mm-hmm. They were looking to sell the letter, and in 1893 or thereabouts, they sold the letter to the state of Texas for $85. It's been in the custody of what is now the Archives Commission. Since that time, it's been displayed at various times. In some cases, it's been displayed for too long. Damage to the letter cause of light.
Okay.
But Texas has possessed it since 1893.
You are, as Commissioner of the General Land Office, responsible for things from historical documents similar to this.
Yeah.
Folks can go and purchase maps from
Right.
your Land Commission website and other historical documents in the basement. But in particular, of late, has been this national issue of oil and gas, what's known as the Keystone Pipeline coming down from Canada. But there's also aspects within Texas that I wanted to ask you to explain because it's under your purview.
Keystone Pipeline got a lot of the press when the Obama administration refused to grant a permit to cross the border between Canada and Mexico.
Okay.
However, there is the same company, TransCanada, is building a leg of the Keystone Pipeline from Cushing, Oklahoma to Port Arthur, Texas, with a side leg to Houston. That's created controversy. Daryl Hannah was arrested, and there's the left. I mean, if you go to the website, if socialistworkers.org is on the other side than I am, I'm pretty sure I'm on the right side of this issue.
Is that right?
But the issue is not about property rights. Of those 1,200 or so property owners along this right-of-way, over 95% have agreed to, the easement to the pipeline company. Less than 5% have contested that. The issue is really about the left's abhorrence of any kind of carbon-based energy.
Coal, natural gas.
Coal, natural
oil,
gas, tar sands is the question here, which is the euphemistic term for certain kind of crude that has a lot of sand in it, it's hard to extract. And that's what it's about. It's about the opposition to carbon-based energy. It's not about property rights. There's a lot of misinformation out there about this project. But the bottom line is anything that enhances our movement towards North American energy independence. And 2 years ago I would never have used the word energy independence. We can use the word energy independence now. It is possible with natural gas production and all the
technology.
Exactly. Directional drilling, fracking, 3D seismic, multi-zone production, all these things that we can do now have put energy independence as a distinct possibility, if not probability, within a decade or two. Creating jobs is another part that will happen. These products will be going to the refineries in Port Arthur and Houston area. They will be refined into product, creating good paying, skilled jobs for Texans. And again, energy independence is a good thing. And I say that as a father of a Marine who's had 2 tours in Iraq, in part because of our interest in that region, driven by, in part, our need for foreign crude.
We'll want to have you back and visit about some more of your efforts there. I know you've been involved in the Texas wind industry as well. But folks, again, we're visiting with Texas General Land Commissioner Jerry Patterson. Let's wrap up, Commissioner, if I can. I would be remiss if we didn't talk about some of the veterans programs. You also oversee the Veterans Affairs and Home Loan programs with the state.
That's exactly right.
Give us an update.
The land office primary function is making money off of state land and minerals. That's about $500 million a year. Another function is running the Veterans Land Board, which is in effect the VA benefits provided by the state of Texas.
Okay.
Low interest loans for Texas veterans to buy homes, to buy land, long-term care facilities, and we provide that all without any revenue, general revenue tax dollars. It's all done by bonds that are issued. Veterans pay their bills, we retire the bonds. Tremendous benefit. Go to texasveterans.com to find out more.
Well, Commissioner, we'll leave it there. Appreciate you coming by. Hope you'll come back again in the future.
We'll do it. Thanks, Jim.
Folks, thanks for joining us for another edition of Texas Insider TV with State Land Commissioner, General Land Commissioner Jerry Patterson. Remember, you're either an insider or you're not. I'm Jim Cardle. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Nobody got hurt.